Oh, good morning. It's your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. It is Tuesday morning, August 20th. Subscribers, you all are fantastic. Those who have been with me since my journey began in May, up until those who are brand new, like just a few days. 81, y'all. 81, and I am looking forward to more. I hope you guys enjoy it here. As always, please leave me comments and let me know. Give me suggestions. Give me ideas. Please. I am twirling this around on my hand because I have worked on this last evening. I am recording my videos in advance. This is actually Tuesday for this one, but I've been recording a day ahead simply because I want to make sure I get them out there. Number two, the reason this one is so late for Tuesday is because I had a really hard day today. I did not get out of bed until 2 o'clock. I am so happy that I recorded, yesterday. I am so happy that I recorded yesterday's video Sunday night. I didn't get out of bed until 2. I did not get out of bed until 2. And I went to bed early. But these bed sores really hurt. I mean, any type of movement at all hurts. On top of that, I feel really sluggish. But the testing says that the big C is negative, which is a good thing. And I'm happy about that because I'm around my grandkids every day. And I'm around my daughter who works in a community-based job, meaning she works with the public. But just wanted you to see that I did start another chaos hat. I also finished more of the pencil holders. I actually had to go to a bigger bag. I am saving the smaller bag because what do they call it? I know the open house is on Thursday. So I've been working feverishly on those. I did manage to do another washcloth. Yay! And I worked some more on the baby blanket, which I think is really cute. It's not super big. You know, it's big enough that you can try fold around your baby. Guys, I remember those days. My baby is 34. And I mean, I even remember, doing this to my grandkids when they were babies. And the baby grand is 6 now. Whew. He'll be 7 in January. Oh, what else? While in bed, I probably did a half round on my newest dress. Yeah. And what I'm noticing is that I'm like a ball and a half in. And like I said, I did want to add more colors for one reason. I don't want to chance buying more of this and the possibility of the colorway being off, number one, or Temu being out, number two. There is a third reason, which I will get into momentarily. So what I decided is the colors that I just got from them, being that I said I wanted to do a blanket with it. I said I wanted to turn it into a several string basket. I also wanted to turn it into a multicolored market bag. I thought about the water bottle holders. I had so many thoughts, and even including them in the dress. Well, there are these 3 colors. Y'all forgive me, I have yarn everywhere. And I do mean everywhere. Let's move this right here for the time being. Okay. So being that most of this is the yarn for the pencil holders, and I'm finding that I am actually getting 4+ pencil holders out of one ball, and the balls are not really big. They're not really big at all, but they are covering the pencil holders. Probably one reason is because, well, one reason is a lot more yarn there than I thought. The other reason is that my daughter drinks the little bottles, so by the time you cut the top off, it's shorter than the regular bottle. And I started to just say, you know, how am I going to do this? Am I going to go back and remake the other ones? But then I thought, children like versatility as well. So I'm going to keep the ones that I have and not cut them down, and just add to with what I have. And however, whatever the height of the ones that I cut out, of the future ones that I cut out, it'll be that. But as far as the dress is concerned, I'm going to keep the red, which it took about 3/4 of a ball to do those 3 rows that you saw in the dress. I have one more ball, and I also have probably about 1/8 of a ball left. So I know that I'll be able to get at least 3 more rows of that. But when it came to these 3 colors, I saw these together. They are, I mean, it's like lavender, a light grass green, maybe an Easter green, and a very light peach. And I looked at my dress and I'm like, I'm not frogging anything. This is my dress. It's for me. If anybody doesn't like the way it looks, they'll get over it. So, to add to my dress, I will be using these colors, these 3 colors. So it should give me a pretty lengthy dress. That's what I'm shooting for. So I can put that back. I can grab these 2 since they're right there. And they will go with my chaos hat. See, I'm just grabbing and going. That sits back up there. Those 3 go back up there. And the notebook on top. Hey, look at that little mountain. Alright, I have not done any scrunches today. I have not worked on any scarves or ear warmers at all. I'm also looking at a little bit of another scheme. That'll probably, that'll probably go in the hat as well. So with that in mind, me showing you what I have worked on, please don't forget the donation drive for the G.R.O.W. Foundation, which is a foundation put in place to help victims of domestic violence through advocacy, education, and community collaboration. I will be working on this, guys, until the end of October. I do want to get them out to her. I'd have to see how. I haven't even looked at my calendar to see how. I just know I want to do it until the end of October. Hold on, let me see something here. Okay.
The first day.
Please. Thank you. And here we go. Alright, August, September, October. The last week of October comes in on the... Wow. The last week of October comes in on the 27th. That was my mother's birthday. I want to get these items to Nisha before the 27th. Another reason Monday was so hard for me is because, and I want to share this with y'all because it hurt me really bad. And my ex-mother-in-law passed a few days ago, and we just found out about it today. My Mary was very sweet. She had become Alzheimer's, and several years ago, I asked her granddaughter for her phone number. I just wanted her to hear my voice, and I wanted to hear her voice. It didn't matter if she remembered me or not. I remembered her, and I wanted her to know that I was here, and I care, and I love her. And to this day, my niece never gave me the phone number because she didn't want people to trigger her or upset her. Not people. She never treated me like a daughter-in-law, as her husband never treated me like a daughter-in-law. For 21 years, I called her husband Dad, because he was the only dad I knew. I didn't know my own. So my first husband's father became my father. And I communicated with them a lot. They communicated with us a lot. They would come to Virginia. When I got my own car, we would drive to Jersey. And I just got really close to both of them, and had been pining, especially after losing my mom, wanting to talk to my Mary. And like I said, just needing to hear her voice, because I kind of felt like it was the only mom I had left. So to have that taken away hurts. But we're going to move past that. I also wanted to remind you of the giveaway for my 100th video. Oh boy. Which kicked off Saturday. There will be 6 skeins of yarn. Yes, 6. I've shown 4. There will be 3 crochet hooks, scissors, 3 yarn needles. There will be tea. There will be coffee. There will be what did I leave out? Measuring tape, stitch markers. I will also, for those who want it, include a copy of my novel. The title is Jordan's River, and a little more about the models on the front. The female model is a very dear friend of mine from New York, and the male model is my son, my handsome son. And it is adult writing, so if you prefer not to have the book, just let me know. I will not be offended. Okay, the one thing that I did not, and that is going to run until August 31st. The one thing that I did not say and should have from the beginning is that it is available. This contest, this giveaway is available for US only. I have not been to the post office myself in a while, but I have heard and read a lot about how outrageous the shipping and handling has become. So I know that as it is, it would cause me to clutch my pearls. And I can only imagine if it were outside. And I do apologize to those outside of the U.S. And I wish I could reach out to everybody. Maybe when I become monetized, I can do that. But for right now, I can't. And I do apologize for that. Okay. So we talked about the whips, we talked about the finished objects. What I would like to kind of run past your ears is the topic for this week, which is customer service. And I think this is one of the first topics I chose because it is very near and dear to my heart, being that I was in that field for many, 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 many years. And with that in mind, yesterday I talked about customer service from the sales representative's position, perspective, view. But today I want to come at you from the customer's angle. First of all, I know that customers want what they want, when they want it, how they want it, and that's cool. But you are an individual, and everybody can't cater to your needs. Everybody can't cater to your wants. It's not a perfect world. It isn't. And 9 times out of 10, it is not the fault of the person ringing up your items. You, as an individual, and I mean me and anybody else, but I'm speaking you as me as the cashier and you as the customer. That's how I'm coming today. So if you bring me attitude, then me personally, I will just shut down and we can have a silent transaction. But everybody's not like me. There are those who get extremely offended, and it will show. It will just pour out of their pores and in their facial expression, the tone of their voice, because of what you brought to them. They might be having a bad day. They might have received bad news, and the manager won't let them go home. And it might be a situation that is unavoidable for them, and they can't be happy right there. Excuse me, please. But if it's a place you go and a sales rep that you deal with, and you see something that's off, do something to make things a little lighter. Tell them how beautiful they are. Tell them how much you like their smile, or just apologize for the day that they're having, and you wish their day to be better. Anything. You'd be surprised. Just one sentence, one statement can make a big difference. Also, if you run across somebody who's just unhappy, like every time you go in there, that person is there, and you walk in the door and they make you feel like, oh my God, not this person again. Don't go. Don't go. I told you yesterday the way the sales rep should look at it, and you should look at it like that too as a customer. I'm buying your lunch. Now I'm the customer. But I'm buying your lunch. I'm paying your light bill. Especially when I go into Walmart and I get $200-300 worth of groceries, and I'm up here and the cashier is acting like they don't want to be here, slinging my eggs down to the end of the belt and squishing my bread up, and I'm looking at that, I'm like, nah, that's a quarter of your rent down there, or that's part of your car payment, or whatever, and you treat it like that. And I try as much as possible to be a happy, cheerful person. I have moments I'm human, like I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with today, and then open the calendar and look at the week, and the first thing that pops out is my mom's birthday. So it would not be my intentions as a customer to pour this over on the sales rep, but it happens. I understand that, but as the customer, be mindful. If you just simply cannot do any better, and try to have at least enough humanity in you to say, I'm having a really bad day. You know, especially if it's a sales rep who cares. And they're like, what's wrong? I'm having a really bad day. Things just have not been good today. You know, or you might be in pain or whatever. Also with that, you have options. Like I said, option number 1, don't go. Don't go. Option number 2, go to another line. Don't even put yourself in that position. Option number 3, if you know what time this individual works or whatever, choose a different time. Option number 4, bring management in, but not with an attitude. When you come with an attitude, they automatically see you as a difficult customer, and the manager is generally going to jump on the side of their employee. So try to stay calm as much as possible. But if you happen to go into a facility and you feel the need to caringly express your rights, just understand that that facility has rights too. I think that a lot of people have just gravitated to this. The customer is always right. Let me tell you something. Excuse me. From a customer standpoint, from a manager standpoint, from a customer service rep's standpoint, and from a spectator standpoint, that is untrue. That is very much untrue. Not saying that you're the customer who would, but as a customer riding around in the store, Walmart, I see people label changing, putting items. They will put multiple items on the shelf over the lower price. So when they go up to the register, and they're like, oh, the sticker said this is such and such and such and such. And they will ask you in the questions, was this the only one? No, it's a whole shelf full of them back there. They will do that. Not saying that you're that one. If you do come up with something that's mispriced, here again, you have options. Either don't get the item or be patient and wait for them to check it out. Usually, if there are a lot of things there in that space that cost more, but it's sitting there, they'll give it to you for the lower price. They'll get somebody on it right away to put it back where it belongs. But now you've created another problem, because the more time they have to spend doing this, those workers are given a certain amount of time to get those carts emptied. And when you take away from their time in doing that, then you're stretching it out, which the manager doesn't want. And then they see that worker as being incompetent. Then that worker gets docked or they get terminated. Then you have to worry about training somebody else and put them in that position. So it creates a domino effect. Lots of times, the attitudes of customers, good or bad, will create a domino effect. So try to get the dominoes to fall in the right direction. Now sometimes you'll have something set up and one will misfire and the rest of them don't fall or something. Don't bring that. Bring the one where everything goes smoothly. And even if it doesn't go smoothly from someone else's perspective, don't let them steal your joy. Don't let them steal your joy. They can't have it. That's your joy. That was given to you. I understand you may be tired. I understand you had a bad day. But still, see it as a joyous moment that you're able to breathe and maneuver through this situation to get what you want or need and get home to your family so you can get off your feet, kick back and relax. Maybe sit in a hot tub and soak in a bubble bath and read a book. Maybe my book. But yes, so keep those items in mind. Tomorrow I will probably talk from the spectator's perspective. That's an interesting one. I know there was something else that I wanted to say. I did tell you about the giveaway only being for the United States. I've not said in a while. I do have a buy me a coffee listed in the description below. Please just buy me a coffee. Or if there are other ways that you would like to donate to my channel, they are also listed below. Cashapp, PayPal. I no longer have a GoFundMe page. I transferred a page that I had over and did not go back and do anything to it, and it was kind of out of place for this platform, so I just eliminated it altogether. There was something else, y'all. Excuse me. In the comments, please tell me how you feel about this new format, how this is working out for you all. Just appease a sister and let me know how you feel about it. I want to do good. I want to do well. I want to succeed. But in that, I need to know how to grow, because this is new for me. It is new for me, and I want to be the best that I can be. So I'm not afraid of criticism. I love hints and ideas, and as I said before, I do read all comments. If you want to reach me in other places, I am also on Instagram and Facebook. I am working with the Create and Relate page on Facebook. But I also have my main page, which is Kitty Lane. And like I said, I have Instagram as well. I don't really mention TikTok because I may visit TikTok maybe once or twice a year, unless somebody sends me something that's really hilarious or needed, and I'll check it out and then I immediately back out. But I'm generally not on TikTok. And as I grow and learn more, I will learn how to put all of these together so that everything will work like one well-oiled machine, and I can definitely play ball with the big boys then. Give me my bat so I can knock it out the park. I think I told y'all I used to be a cheerleader. Give me my bat so I can knock it out the park. Knock it out the park, kitty, knock it out the park. You know what to do. Knock it out the park. Oh yeah. And of course, they're all too familiar. Hey, big better, swing. Yeah. Yeah. In case you didn't know, I played outfield. I did. I was a right fielder. Every now and then I played left field. My mom put me in center field. My mom was my coach. She put me in center field one time, and it was so strange because when we played Franklin High School. When we went to Franklin, the first person I met on the other team was a young lady that I could not get along with in middle school, Campsie Greenwood. But Campsie and I saw each other, and I don't know what happened at that moment, but we ran and embraced each other like we were best friends. Maybe we grew up a little. Yeah, maybe in 3 years' time we grew up. I know she got upset with me again because if I had been blinded by the sun, she'd have got that home run. But I pulled my rim down low enough that I didn't, and she was not able to knock it out of the park. I couldn't let that happen. My mom yelled out. Like I said, my mom was my coach. She yells out, "Oh, you getting a steak dinner tonight?" I'm like, "Oh, really? Let me catch a few more." Yep. I loved playing all sports. I was really excited to play under my mom. And the one sport that, when I played interim basketball, I did very well. But when I played basketball as a senior on the high school team, I scored for the whole season 1 point. No. You know I'm telling the truth because that's embarrassing. And who would want to give those kind of stats? You know, usually when you brag and boast about something, you make it better. But no. I wish we had something like swimming when I was in high school. But I realized the dangers involved. And we were just a little hick country school. We were. But we loved each other. We loved our school. We loved the staff. You know, we were a unit. We operated as one, and regardless of the different types of religions, we were all very spiritual. And it was nothing to walk down the hall and see students gathered at a locker praying for another student or praying for a situation. You know, it was nothing to see that. That was our school, and we weren't a Christian school or a Bible-based school. It's just that so many of us, you know, believed in Christianity. We were, many of us still are, avid believers, and it made school easy. You know, coming from the school and even the city that I came from. Because I lived in Portsmouth. I got kicked out of Portsmouth schools. I explained that before. It was a whole weird situation. Maybe another time I might explain it again. But anywho, I got kicked out of Portsmouth schools on a Friday. I started, that was middle school, 8th grade. And I started high school that following Monday, 8th grade, Fettermore in Suffolk. My mom taught at Suffolk, at Forest Glen High School, and I became a Fettermore there. Yep. And then learned when I got there that Portsmouth schools were so advanced that some of the courses that I needed to take at Forest Glen that correlated with my grade, I had already taken them. I had already taken and passed them, so I didn't need to retake those courses. But it was cool. It was cool. Made up for it in electives. Like I said, I took 2 years of Spanish, 1 year of French. Yeah, even when I took stenography and home economics, and yeah, there were a bunch of them. There were a bunch of them. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed high school. I did. I think that was when I finally got to a point that I wasn't being bullied. I understand that my mom being a teacher there played a big part in that. But I'm still grateful after going through so many years of it that I no longer had to endure that. My dating life sucked. Because just like nobody wanted to tease Coach Turner's daughter, and nobody wanted to date Coach Turner's daughter either. Nobody wanted to encounter Coach Turner. I had to go on with her every day. But she put fear in a lot of people. She did, but in the end, they all loved her. They all loved her. As hard as she seemed to be, she expected everybody to give their best. There was no such thing as saying, I can't, to my mother. If you said that to her, you absolutely could not. It meant, there was a medical reason, or it's something that you've attempted so many times that you've proven time and time again that you literally cannot, or you're just not built or equipped to do certain things, and I'm going real far and deep with this one. There's no way in the world my mom would ask a person in a wheelchair to run the 100-yard dash. Really. She wasn't insensitive, but if there were other people using wheelchairs in the school, she's the one who would develop and nurture a wheelchair race, and would expect everybody to give their best. Would help them as far as weightlifting, as far as working on speed, everything. That's the kind of woman my mother was. She taught me to be eclectic in life. She was the team bus driver. She coached basketball and softball, but she was also the assistant coach for football, for the cheerleaders. She was the athletic director of our school. She was department head. She was a big part of the Letterman's Club. Yeah. She was my superhero. She really was. So like I said, guys, please, in the comments, let me know how you like this format, and also give me feedback. Just if you see anything that I could do differently. I will be working on tutorials as well more frequently as I'm becoming comfortable with being in front of this camera. I will also be involved in more lives, and I'll be putting out more shorts. I didn't say I would be wearing shorts. I said I'd be putting out more shorts. Don't get it twisted. Yay! I'm so excited. Yes, because I'm making it happen. I wonder what a chaos scarf would look like. That would be interesting. That would definitely be interesting. But I think I would probably have to kind of plan those colors out, because I would want the scarf and, well, I don't know, because sometimes you do wear a scarf without the hat. But I'm thinking, that I would want the hat and scarf to match. But like I said, maybe not, because there are times, and I like to make the scarves with the hoods on them, or the scarves with the pockets. Yeah, I also like to make the scarves with sleeves. Now that's fun. You just make a forever scarf. You close in the ends of them. I do it so that the ends are like the fingerless gloves. So you just kind of slide in and you still have something to cover your hands. But you have the scarf that will go all the way around. Yeah. I like making those. Oh, I know what else I was going to tell y'all. And I'm going to need y'all to hold me to it. Unless it is absolutely necessary. Oh, yeah, I need y'all to hold me accountable for my whips. I was listening to Juan tonight, and he was saying how many whips he had. I also love his idea of getting baskets for the whips. If I go out and do that, then all of my yarn budget money is going to go towards baskets. Because I got whips everywhere. I got whips that are wrapped up in whips, tucked beside whips, under whips, on top of whips. Y'all, I got whips everywhere. I see the blanket that I started when I was in the hospital, and I had my my heart attack. The moth stitch in the round. I'm looking at it. They look over here beside me, and I see something that started with some green fleck yarn. See? I don't know what it was. And this was Tunisian crochet. I got a lot of that. I got a lot of whips with that. Because when I first got reintroduced to it, I'd have to say a couple of years ago, following Tony's video, Tony from TL Yarncraft, I fell in love with it. Everywhere I went, I had the Tunisian hook with me, and everything was Tunisian crochet. I was doing everything, lots of blankets. I mean, I was just putting out blanket after blanket after blanket after blanket, giving them away as gifts, and because I was so excited, this Tunisian crochet. And just like it blew in, it blew out. I one day accidentally picked up a crochet hook. I had knocked my crochet hooks over, and my grandson came in the room and picked them up for me. There was one that had gone up under the edge of the bed, and the bed that I had at that time was very close to the floor. So I ran my hand under there and ran across that hook, and it just happened to be one of my favorites. If I can, because it's right here. That's an H 5.0. Yes. I'll tell you the story about this one day. But anyway, when I put that hook in my hand, it was it. It was like Tunisian crochet just went bye-bye. And I was back to my H hook. And it wasn't until I started making the temperature blankets at the beginning of the year that I started loving the larger size hooks. I had worked with larger projects before. I made an elephant rug, a lot of things where I had used a J and a K. I think the biggest hook I ever used was a P, and that was when one of the guests at the hotel decided to give up crocheting as soon as she started, and she realized I was crocheting. She came downstairs and gave me the yarn and the hook. So before she left the next morning, I made her a cute little cowl. But and she told me to keep the hook. She accepted the cowl. She was real happy. Yeah, but that hook was huge. I don't even know where it is. I've seen it a couple of times in me changing stuff around as much as I do, but I have not kept up with it like I should. But it's here. It is definitely here. Yeah, but Yeah, when I picked up that hook and it hit my hands, it felt like home. And I immediately picked up a ball of yarn. Before I got my yarn winder, I would just roll everything into balls. I picked up a ball and started crocheting. But y'all, when I tell y'all I got whips, there's no way, there's no way I could begin to count the whips. You saw me just pull up one here beside me. I've shown you what 2-3 others that I was already working on, like right now. I've got a blanket. Oh my God, I've got a blanket that only needs 2 more rows. I need to finish off the top of the name. I actually think I have finished the top of the name. And if that's the case, I just need 2 more rows of blue and a border. A single crochet border. I hangeth my head in shame. Oh my goodness. But and Jennifer, I blame you. Showing us big girls how to make clothes that fit. Whew. But I thank you. Thank you so much. It's a cross between Jennifer and Auntie Seta, because when you look at her Auntie Seta's videos, most of the time she is wearing something that she crocheted. And then here comes Drea. Oh my goodness. Drea is like that conscience, you know, the good one that sits on your right shoulder that tells you, girlfriend, you know you need to be. You know, in her case will be Auntie. You know this is what you need to be doing. Have had that discussion with her. Yeah, she is. She has, yes, gotten me straight. But yes, those 3 people. And then, you know, like I said, the ideas that I got from Juan as far as the whip baskets. So I think that's what I'm probably going to do later on today, because I'm going to be going to bed shortly. I know this isn't hopefully coming out until 8 o'clock, but over here it's 1:42 a.m. I'm sorry, 12:42 a.m. 12:42 a.m. And I really do need to be getting the parts of my hiney in the beddie, so that I will continue to have a good week. I'm claiming it, even if it has not been all that good. Those of you who pray, I am asking for prayer for my skin condition. And as much as I love this chair, one project that I have to do, there is one whip that I have to do, and that's an arm covering, a padded arm covering for both arms, but especially this left arm, because I lean here and my eczema is really out of hand. This fabric is more like it's like a burlap sack almost, but it's not very friendly to my elbow. And as much as I sit up and tell myself, no, you got to sit up, I find myself gravitating right back to it. So being that it is a comfort area for me, I need to cover it. And the bed sores that I have that are making it almost impossible to walk, yeah, it's there, y'all. So please keep me in prayer. I will pray for you guys as I do every day and night. Those that I subscribe to, those who have subscribed to me, those who will be subscribing in the future. And one thing about me, the only prayers I close are my grace and when I'm praying in public. Other than that, the talks that I have with God at home, I never close out a prayer, because I was taught as a child, pray never ceasing. So that's what I do. That's what I do before I jump on this and open any video. Saying, Lord, just help me get through it. Just help me get through it. Sometimes when I don't know what to say, Lord, just help me get through it. Yeah, okay, y'all. I'm seeing this now. I am definitely seeing this. And I think, let's see where I was. Yeah. I'm at that point. Oh yeah, as my grandson would say. Oh yeah. The next hat I work on, though, I am going to really focus on making that slouch bucket hat. I'm going to see where that idea goes. So, to all you people out in YouTube land, seriously, all joking aside, I like to do that a lot, though. When you walk past that mirror and you see your reflection, don't forget to stop. Look at yourself. Tell yourself how fine you are. And then say, I love you. Just trust me, you are beautiful. And I need you to love you. But I also want you to understand it from the depths of my soul. I, Kitty Lane, love you too. And you can't love me until you love you. I know I love me, so I know I love you too. Y'all take it easy. I'll see you on the flip side.